On the tires, what's on the road? We are off-road truckers.
Well, hello there, mother truckers. Welcome back to another exciting episode of what's going on in the Off-Road Truckers Garage. Today, we have a very exciting video. This might look like just a package to you guys, but to me, it's very exciting. I've been teasing it for a little while, and it's finally time to let the cat out of the bag. My brothers from up north have sent us something very exciting, something that I needed, and something that I am gonna make a video for you guys about. And when I say my brother up north, we're talking about Cubic Dollar. As you guys know, I've had several items on my machine from Cubic Dollar already. I have heavy duty tie rods, and Killdozer's also rocking the Cubic Dollar 2-inch lift. Both products have been fabulous for me. I reached out to Earl on, oh, we better hurry up. I reached out to Earl online, sent him an email, and he sent me some brand new heavy duty Billet, oh my gosh, this is scary. Some brand new Billet sway bar clamps. So today we're gonna do a video on installing those clamps and a little review on them. We better get the f out of the way though, she's coming. All right, come on, let's get out of here. Very scary. We're standing where she can't get to us. Good! I know there ain't no trees around, but good job. So as you can tell, it's hotter than Satan's ballsack. Bear with me. Super excited about this video. I've already been using Cubic Dollar's 2-inch lift and their heavy duty tie rods for well over a year. They've held up tremendously. They've taken a beating, and I've had no problem with them whatsoever. So to be able to work with Earl and Cubic Dollar, awesome, awesome deal. Earl doesn't work with a lot of people, and this is awesome. If you guys need anything for your Commanders, check out Cubic Dollar. Great products, quick shipping. We usually get the stuff within a couple of weeks, which is tremendous for, you know, coming from the Great White North. But all right, let's get to this. Let's open this box, check, see what we got. All right, first things first, let's open this bad mamma jamma up. And as always, everybody, safety first. Do as I say, not as I do, because these are seriously heavy duty. Damn, those are stout. So those are billet material, aluminum, heavy duty. Those bad babies are solid. Okay, so I've never done this before. We took the front sway bar off and left it off because it was a pain in the ass. So we're gonna try to do all of this without taking the sway bar out. Along with new clamps, we bought new bushings, which came with new fittings also. Ain't nothing to it but to do it. And it is an 18 millimeter. Why is that not coming? So for whatever reason, it's being a pain in the ass and not wanting to come off. I think we need to create some sort of pressure as we're unscrewing, because there we go. There she blows. Everything on this machine is so damn beat up, and the old Killdozer has had the shit beat out of her. There's one out. As you can see, we snapped it. I'm not really sure how we snapped it, but we did. On to the next one. If you apply some pressure, they seem to want to come out a little bit better. We need to make sure that we put that back in there also. Okay. I don't remember why I had them off. So the one nice thing about these bushings is they spread in half. So we'll be able to put them back on. Okay, so now that's off. We need to put the new one back on. The new bushing, which we have right here. So we'll go ahead and do that. These were ordered off Partzilla. If you guys don't use Partzilla, you should, because as far as getting OEM parts, it's usually the quickest and easiest, and they have really nice diagrams of your machine so you can pinpoint exactly what you need, including the tiniest nuts or bolts that you need. They have. Now that we have the bushing on, we'll get these on, put the back plate back in there, and then start one bolt so we can start the next bolt. I don't know why. There we go. This is all pretty simple. Nothing too difficult. Maybe. Every time I open my mouth and say something like that, it always bites me in the ass. There we go. One started. Now to the next one. With that one lined up, this one shouldn't be too hard to line up. There we go. Right in. There is a nut back there. That's why we could not get it to tighten. So here we go. Like I said, I've never done this before, so we're going to assume that the bolt on the back is the same size as the bolt on the front. Okay, so while I was off video, I did figure out the best way to get the wrench in there is from this side, like this. Because you can't come in from here, you can't come in from the side, there's just not enough room. So we did get it tightened down. Now we got to get the bottom one tightened down also. Everyone's always like, oh, you're so tall and such a big dude. Yeah, it sucks in situations like this. Ay, ay, ay. But there's not enough room to squeeze in there right now. There we go. Switched over. Oh. Ay, ay, ay. There we go. Tighten down. Tighten down. One technically. Love, could you hand me those, please? And a drink. Water! I need water, please. It's hot. You can probably see the drips of sweat falling on the ground from here. But we do have new fittings. So, let's make sure we get those in. So we can grease. It's always important to grease. 7mm. Okay. So, there's one done. Now this is a grease fitting. You don't want to hit it with the impact super hard. Just make sure she's snug. Good to go. One done, one to go. But they look pretty good. And heavy duty as hell. I don't know how many times I can say that. These things are serious. These things are cast junk. These, great. So, aside from bacon, as of right now, it's looking like Canadians know how to make sway bar clamps. Alright, now that we did the first side, we're over on the next side. But now we know what we're doing. We remember there is a bolt on the back. So, do we have enough on it? Yes, that worked. Oh, apparently that one was snapped also. We didn't even know that. But you can see, look at the crap that they put on these things. This machine, not so much. It's not necessarily meant to be beat on. But these side-by-sides are. And that's the BS you get. Junk. Straight up junk. It's just these tiny little spots, dude. They're not meant for behemoths like me. Well, yo, someone in the comments like, well, why don't you lose weight? Well, it's not a matter of fucking weight. Yes, I am fat. But weight is not going to change the size of my fucking hand. Surely was. Now where the fuck did the bolt go? Oh, it's still back there. Still got a little thread on it, not much. Number 2. Now for the next one. So, as I mentioned earlier, I took off the front sway bar and the machine acted so much better. We do need to measure for limit straps though, because someone told me that may be why I'm running through so many axles, which I'm hoping, we're crossing our fingers, that's true. I didn't want to take the rear off because when we go to West Virginia, we do hit a little bit of blacktop, and just with the front off, If you come ripping around a corner or whatever, man, she gets a real bad body roll to her. So I don't want to take that chance with the rear. I think it would make that body roll even worse, and we don't want that. The front end flexes like a son of a gun. The rear end keeps me grounded. All right, come on, you girl. Come on. There we go. And a bolt so we can catch it. Slide it over to where we get in. There's one down. Oh, that went nice and slick. Is it threaded at all? No. There we go. I think I got it now. Oh, yeah. There we go. There we go. So this is a really simple process. As I state in all my videos, I am not a mechanic whatsoever. I've learned a lot about mechanics and whatnot from the side-by-side, which is nice because it's a little bit easier to work on this than a full-size truck or vehicle. So what I learned from this, I could take on to that. Again, I'm not the best. I'm no mechanic, but I do try to do everything myself. I grew up old school that way. My dad was an iron worker. You never paid anybody to do something that you could do. But hopefully these videos I make help one of you guys decide to do some things on your own, instead of having to spend the money to pay somebody else to do it. Because yes, you're paying for a mechanic's experience and know-how and blah, blah, blah. But if you can figure out how to do it on your own, then you could do it the next time it needs done and every other thing. Now, one piece of advice when you are doing this, I don't know what kind of field you're in or what you do for a living, but if you've been in any sort of blue-collar job or construction job, you learn very quickly about pinch points. Now, when you're doing this, make sure you don't put your hand in a bad spot to get it pinched, because your hand will get pinched, especially if you're using power tools. There we go. See how tight that wrench was in there? If you would have had your hand in the wrong spot, like right here, your hand would be stuck right there. So be mindful of the pinch points. I'm gonna say this out loud, I probably shouldn't, but I don't think I'm gonna break these. Not saying it's impossible, because nothing is impossible. We're good to go. Killdozer is ready to hit the trails, but there's one last thing we need to do. We need to grease them. Okay, as I stated, we're all done. They're on. They're beautiful. They're heavy duty. Last thing to do is grease. I personally use marine grease because we submerge these things. So it makes sense to me to use a good marine grease. And it don't take much to grease them. As you can see, it's coming out the side here. All right, good to go. Now let's get this one. All right, good to go. Bada bing, bada boom. We're done. Everything's tight and snug. So we're good to go. As I stated, you can see up here, that's a cubic dollar 2-inch lift. Up front, we have the 2-inch, or not the 2-inch. Up front, we have the cubic dollar heavy duty tie rods. And now, the trifecta, we have the heavy duty sway bar clamps. Earl, our brother from Canada, knows what he's doing, guys. I've been rocking the lift for over 2 years. I've been rocking the heavy duty tie rods for a year, roughly, give or take, who knows. I have not yet had a problem with any of them, knock on wood. Lift kit, sway bar, clamps, tie rods, several other products. We'll link cubic dollar down below, but everything so far I've gotten from them has been amazing. That was a pretty simple install, but I really do enjoy making these videos for you guys because A lot of videos you see on YouTube are guys that are mechanics and they have a lift and they have a clean shop and they have a massive garage. I don't. There's literally maybe 4 foot of space on each side of us when the side-by-side's in here. So hopefully these videos are helpful for you guys. I'm just a regular guy learning how to work on his machine, same as you. Save yourself the money, figure it out. At any time, you guys can message me if it's a video I've done or something I've done and you have questions. Comment on the videos. Comment down below if you have a question about Cubic Dollar. One of the easiest people I've ever worked with. Thank you again, Earl at Cubic Dollar, for sending over those sway bar clamps. Hopefully I do it justice with the video, and hopefully I can push some customers your way. Guys, the Commanders are great machines. If you need a lift kit, heavy duty tie rods, sway bar clamps, and many other things, go to Cubic Dollar. I'll link them down below. If there's any videos in the future that you guys would like to see, or you have any questions on any previous videos, comment down below. Let me know. If I don't know the answer, I will find somebody for you that does. That is my promise. Thanks for showing back up to Off-Road Truckers Garage. This project's done. On to the next one. We're out of here.
What's on the road?